phenomenal, legendary, and blessed morning, noon, night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to a Mustard Seed Movement. I have missed you guys, and I am coming back. And I'm actually going to come back with this video. So today is August 10th. And when I step outside this morning at about 9:30, thinking that I was going to go to a Bible study that I was invited to, that did not happen, because when I stepped outside, I saw my driver's side car window completely busted open. I have moved to a new city. Nobody knows me here, and there is no reason for anybody to bust into my car. Nothing was stolen, thank God. Nothing was stolen. And prior to that, between the hours of maybe 1:30 a.m. and 4 a.m., there was a crazy thunderstorm that, when I tell you crazy, it woke me out of my sleep. That thunder, I felt like, rattled the entire complex that I was in. And it was coming down so hard that I thought water was coming inside my apartment. It wasn't, but that's what it sounded like. Nonetheless, I went back to sleep. And so you would think that when I went to my car, if my car window was busted, that my seats would have probably been soaked. But thank God, yet again, they were not. They appeared to be dry as a bone. Nothing was stolen, again, thank God. And I was not harmed because I was not in the car. And by the time I came outside, whatever transpired, I don't know if somebody busted it on purpose. I don't know if somebody was attempting to steal my car. I don't know if maybe it was lightning. I don't know. I really don't know. I have no answers. I called the police. I put in a report. I attempted to get my glass fixed today, but could not. So that will not be happening until Friday. I have to now just trust God at this very moment that my car will not be touched again, that I will be able to go into my car tomorrow and take it to church, and trust that the rest of the week it will be fine until I'm able to get the window fixed. Nonetheless, I came on here because initially I had a sense of feeling violated, attacked in some way, space, or form. And then at some point, I was like, no, I'm not. Like, there's nobody coming after me. I haven't harmed anybody. And thank God that there was nothing stolen from my car. Thank God that my car is actually working still. Thank God that my seats were not soaking wet from the storm. And I did call the police, and the policeman was nice, and he took the report down for me. And he had to go on his merry way. But thank God. Like, all the things that I could be worried about right now, I'm just thanking God for what didn't happen. I'm thanking God for the things that could have happened but didn't happen. I'm thanking God that I'm safe, that my car is still drivable and workable, that my car was not stolen, right? So thank you, God. And now I have to just trust God for this entire week until I'm able to get my windows fixed. And somebody might think, oh, I would move from where you are, or I would go back to your old city. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because we will have troubles always. The Bible says that we will not be without trials and tribulation. But one thing I know for sure is that God conquered the world. And so just like God conquered the world, if he is in me and I am within him, I can conquer this, right? And so, like I said, initially I had like kind of like this sense of like a little fear. I don't even know if it was really fear as much as it was like shock and awe. But at the end of it, I was like, wait a minute. No. Think of all the things that God kept you from. And then now you've called the cops. So you're doing what you need to do in order to take the next steps. Excuse me. And then additionally, like, I'm okay. And so in that moment, I gave God thanks. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute, devil. You thought because I was in a new city and a new place that because this happened that I was going to be afraid of you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're not going to put me in fear to cause me to shift and move when God is the one that placed me here. How dare you? And then the cops seemed like they were taking long. Now, when I called the cops, I let them know, like, I'm not harmed. The car is essentially okay, but I would like for somebody to come so that I can make a report. So the cop took longer than I expected. However, in that moment, do you realize that I was just like, at first I was like, man, these cops are taking long. And then I stepped back and I said, oh, devil, you tried again? So you tried to make it that the cop would take longer so that I would get angry now and then be in a spirit of anger. So now when this cop comes, I'm irate or out of sorts and come at the cop sideways. Oh, I see what you're doing, but you don't have me. You see, that's the thing. You have to remember that you got to speak against what the devil is trying to do. Now, you can always give God back his word. And I was like, God, I know you got me. And I know there's a hedge of protection around me, which is why I was not harmed or injured, right? And I know, God, that you have my hand in all of this, right? I know that you brought me here. There's no mistaking that. So, devil, you could go back where you came from because I don't got time for you today. And so somebody else might be like, that couldn't be me. No, but it can be you. You see, because in that moment, I could have cried. I could have boo-hooed. I could have thought, oh my God, I don't know what to do. But no, I had to stop and rethink and recall what I need to do. Oh, well, what was the first thing you should do? You should definitely call the cops, because even if it was or was not an act of vandalism or somebody trying to steal my car, maybe it was some kind of freak nature happenstance like lightning or whatever, or a rock or anything, because I was under a tree, but I didn't see no falling tree branches. It doesn't matter. Call the cops anyway, so at least it could be reported if you ever need to come back to it, if you ever need to use it in the future, right? If my insurance needs any kind of proof of anything that I reported, it will already be reported. Then I contacted my insurance. Thank God there's no deductible, and I'm able to go to the place to get my window replaced, right? Now, I might have been like, oh my gosh, boo-hoo, because I can't get it done today. Guess what? I'm not going to pay a deductible, and I'm not going to put out money that I don't have to if it can be done for free, right? I covered up the window. It's by the grace of God that prayerfully nobody will touch my car again. I did move my car in a different place, but honestly, where I'm at in my complex, I don't have viewing capability, nor can I put a camera where my car is, right? Because otherwise it's going to be on the people's property, not my property. Either way, and I reported it to my complex, so they are aware. It's notated. But nonetheless, I could have allowed this to put me out of sorts. I could have allowed this to put me into fear. I could have allowed this to do anything other than keep my focus on God. And I want you to know that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Not that I want it to happen, but the enemy could come and destroy everything that I have. But as long as I've got God, he can't take nothing from me. As long as I have the joy of the Lord, he can't take nothing from me. Will it feel uncomfortable? Absolutely. Probably so. But he can't take what God gave to me. You understand what I'm saying? So I want this to encourage somebody. Whatever you might have went through this week, whatever you might have gone through this month, whatever you might be going through in this moment, trust in the Lord. Get into your word. Pray to God. Oh, I forgot to mention this. After all of that happened, and I actually went to the glass place to see if maybe they could squeeze me in today. They could not. It was fine. I turned back around. I came home. And when I got back in this house, I worshiped. You want to make the devil angry? You want the devil to realize who he's messing with? Go and worship, even through the pain. Now, I didn't actually feel pain. There was a bit of shock and awe in the beginning. But then after that, I was like, at the end of the day, I know God's got me. I am not going to allow this to worry me. And I still came in this house and I gave God my worship. I gave him my worship. Why? Because if all else fails and I have nothing else, I know I've got the Lord. But I'm not going to allow the enemy to steal my joy and steal what God gave to me. And he shouldn't do it to you either. You shouldn't allow him to do it to you either. So I hope this is, no, not that I hope. I know that this shall encourage you. Don't let where you are in your faith fail you. Because even if you just have a mustard seed of faith, and if you know what a mustard seed looks like, I don't know where my mustard seed is right now, but you know it's very tiny. You could look it up. Literally on somebody's hand, it's like a spot on someone's hand. And I want you to understand, as faith as small as that seed is enough. It is enough. So don't worry if your faith may not be where mine is. Because trust me, I had to build up to the place that I'm at now. But faith as small as a mustard seed. Just remember that. So I pray that this encouraged you. I love you. And I will see you in the next video.